In the name of God, this is the first video in which we are talking about how to stop masturbation. Masturbation is one of the sub-branches of sexual addiction, which has so many negative effects on our body, our soul, and our psychological well-being. You can search about it in the internet and in our website, mespetala.com. The first step to stop masturbation is to understand how the sexual addiction works and how it can grip someone and put the person into this cycle, and so that he cannot take out himself from it or herself from this cycle. Dr. Patrick Carnes, in his book Out of the Shadows, explains the sexual addiction cycle very clearly, which we go through briefly here. The first step is preoccupation. It means all the thoughts of the person or of the addict is involved with sexual thinking, thinking about sex, thinking about masturbation, thinking about how he's going to do that, and always it's something like the lust and the desire for sexual activities runs through the blood and every cell of the addict. The second step is ritual. It means the addict, the sexual addict, goes and prepares the situation for acting out and for doing his lust-based activity, sexual activity. For example, if he wants to call so-called sexual workers, the ritual would be going, finding someone, calling, sending money, arranging, drive there. All these things, the steps before doing the actual act out is called the ritual. Or if he wants to do the masturbation, the act out can be, for example, if he lives with a family, to find a quiet place that no one can see, to prepare a situation that no one can see, or prepare a living place which is far from family. All of these things, or watching the porn videos, all of these preparing activities is called the ritual. For many addicts, the ritual itself is really pleasurable, and before doing the real act out, they enjoy preparing, they enjoy going through the ritual. The third step is the act out itself. For example, doing the masturbation, watching the porn, visiting the sexual workers, or any other kind of deviated sexual activities. Because in our site and in our idea, in all our teachings, what we believe is that the only true way to satisfy our sexual need, which is a sacred and which is a really holy desire in us, is through marriage. Other than that, we consider it as deviated. Maybe some people don't like it or whatever. What we emphasize on marriage. Only marriage is the only way to go and satisfy our desire, our sexual desire. The fourth step is, the last step is the hopelessness and despair, and getting this feeling of guilt. It happens right after the act out, especially after the masturbation, because masturbation is it is against our really true and holy being, and as far as we do that, so we feel the guilty, and the guilt for masturbation is definitely real. It is not something that some people say, oh, because in the religion they told you masturbation is sin, that's why you feel guilty and the feel of having committed a sin. Otherwise, it is not a sin. No, this is BS. I'm telling you, because masturbation. Okay, if you don't believe in religion, it's fine. In our website, in Mespetala, actually, my website is based in Iran. So I have run through a questionnaire with so many hundreds of people. Until a few days ago, it was 500 over people. And we interviewed them. I mean, there was a questionnaire that how masturbation affects you. The very great percentage of them, they talk about feeling guilty, extreme tiredness and being worn out, and other list of all these defects and the side effects that it has. So the guilt and the feeling of remorse and this depression after masturbation is actually real. It is real than real. So that's why we feel really bad. We feel icky. We feel so disconnected from ourselves, from our soul. So the fourth step was the remorse and depression. So what happens? When the fourth step happens, the addict becomes guilty and down and depressed. So the first step was preoccupation. So at the same time that he is down and depressed about what he has done, instead of go and do something about it, automatically the first step will happen, the preoccupation. So it means at the same time that he is full of guilt, he is also thinking of the next time that he's going to do that. It means he sexualized the stress. He sexualized the depression. Whatever negative feelings that he has, instead of sitting and working on them to clean them from his soul, he sexualized them. So he consumes the lust, he consumes the masturbation as a drug, as a painkiller, and the preoccupation happens again. After that, the ritual, the act out, and again the remorse. And this cycle keeps going and going and going and keep the person in a really horrible and miserable situation. So we have all gone through that. Almost everyone in his life or her life has experienced masturbation. We all know that the feeling is really sad, it's not a good feeling, and is exactly the opposite of the really holy sexual relationship with the wife within the context of marriage. Follow these videos. We are going to go through the step-step instruction of how to stop masturbation, and we'll continue these videos into other subjects as well. Follow our channel on the YouTube or in our website mesbetala.com. Thank you for watching this video. I'll leave you in the hands of merciful God. Bye.